We're rolling, everybody. It starts with bass.
Hi everybody, welcome back to HTM 653. We're at week number
Hello.
4. That's Lori over there, dressed in black again.
Yes.
This week we are going to focus on two leadership theories. Really, they're sort of one, but they're two separate components called transactional and transformational leadership. And you'll actually begin to see that this looks a little bit more like what we would consider traditional leadership theory. We'll look at some really good examples and interesting examples, I think. But we're hedging closer to what we really define as leadership and sort of where it is modern day.
Yeah. There's 3 lectures that we'll have you take a look at that Mark will talk about in a little bit more depth. But before you read the lectures, there are 2 articles. One of them is actually kind of fun because it's about the movie series, or the series Lost. And it's really optional, but it just gives you some examples of leadership theories that we talked about last week in context.
Is optional really optional?
It says optional. It'll say optional right on there, but it's fun, so it's good. It's good fun reading. The other article is called "What Leaders Really Do," and it's one of those articles that it distinguishes between management and leadership, which is a little bit the difference between transactional and transformational in today's sort of lingo. So I think those are good articles.
So to convey the information, we have 3 small mini lectures again. The transformational one's a few minutes longer, but the first one focuses on, again, transactional leadership, which you'll notice is very similar to traditional management, sort of having a reward system in place, making sure that you're monitoring people very well and that they're doing their job. The second half is going to be on transformational, and those are in actually 2 sections, but that's much more change-oriented leadership and focusing more on people and taking things and actually trying to make them different, better, newer, which we see a lot of these days, unfortunately. So you'll see some balance there between the 2, and the question becomes, how much of each should I be using in my job? Do I need to be more transactional, more transformational, or what combinations of the 2 would work well?
And as a way to wrap up this section, which is looking at leadership theory historically, we have an assignment that's going to get you back to watching a movie. And there are several movie choices that you'll see in the assignment. You'll just pick one of those movies, one maybe that you haven't seen before or one of your favorites that's there. And in that movie, you will find examples of all the different types of leadership theory that we've talked about. And we're going to ask you to complete this template. And the template is posted there, and there's an example of one of the cells of the template, for example, filled out. But it's going to ask you to just, from the movie, talk about these different leadership theories that we have been going over in our lectures. And certainly you'll have access to go back and look at all of the materials in the last several weeks. But this is a way of sort of bringing us from the historical viewpoint of leadership theory sort of up to date, doing a little bit of a check on your learning before we move forward next week into more contemporary discussion of leadership.
Terrific. All right, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Have fun.